to make that swap off of the Jae-Yun. We'll see. It's kind of dependent on how this game one goes.
Yeah, here's the final elimination coming through here. Loser of this gets third. Winner of this gets the fight against Kaina. Yu's wanting that rematch, and Power Ranger just wanting to take the entire championship through that elimination bracket. He'd absolutely love to do it, and it would save quite a few people's predictions. Let's be honest, right? Like, yeah. or at least help them a little bit.
Would definitely be nice for a lot of the predictors out there. A lot of people put, I mean, he's the top PR, top seed. Avoids the neutral sig, though.
Ground pound does hit as Power Ranger tries to dash back. He dashes in, fast falls that nair, so he gets the back swing of that attack, but Yuz dodges right through the sand, turns around, hits it with the neutral light. And if Power Ranger keeps staying airborne, Yuz is going to catch him with these D-lights, and that's going to be a D-light sider or a D-light recovery. Either one will work, but Power Ranger with the double nair gets the first strike off the top of the stage.
That second one came out quick, caught Yuz sleeping, and that's a KO in favor of Power Ranger. Needs to get this extra credit, has to avoid a side air.
I swear, it's just one of those things. Cannon has its... Use
what a response.
Wow, okay, yeah. I was about to say, Cannon's kind of similar with the Nair, where like if you hit one, the second one will just come out faster because you're getting rewarded for that connecting. And Greatsword can catch you off guard just as well. And Power Ranger's been using that to great effect as he's moved on through this championship here. But Use with the gravity cancel down, like even things up pretty quick, but it's still on the back foot in regards to damage.
You see in Power Ranger going for these reads, expecting Use to come in after getting opened up. But now, Use staying below Power Ranger, not letting him get that runway. There's the spot dodge, there's the punish, a three-piece from Power Ranger. KO opportunity, doesn't go for any sort of GCN land or anything like that.
Ooh, and the D-Light recovery. Not enough to take him off just yet, but Use hasn't got anything started on the axe. That D-Light recovery will do it, and Power Ranger's one stock away from bringing this to game 2 in his lead. Let's see, weapon throw upwards. Use just punches him in the face, but it's going to take more than that. Like, I don't know, 13 more haymakers? I haven't really tested it in training mode.
It's definitely going to be quite a few haymakers, and he's not even going to be able to do it with the spear in hand. But right now, Power Ranger, he's just adding up that extra credit.
Use is really good at these landing neutral lights. He's jumping around, looks like he's going to do anything else other than get back onto the ground, and then him with the neutral light. And the D-Light cider afterwards. That entire stock was neutral lights and the weapon throw D-Lights there. That was amazing.
It worked so well. Power Ranger kept jumping on reaction and then getting opened up, getting further launched by Use.
Another neutral light comes through, tries to poke up with the spear once again. That's Use's primary game plan at this point. Let's see if Power Ranger can adapt to time. Yeah, he can. Neutral comes through, and we see that recovery towards the end there. A solid 103 damage lead coming out there from Power Ranger. As we're seeing, yep, that double nair right there really started the momentum there for Power Ranger in game 1.
Yeah, Power Ranger was like, I don't have to worry about my defensive options if I'm busy hitting them. And it looks like I am wrong. It's going to be Use making the swap to the extra yellow Orion.
Is that okay? I was making sure that
Dude,
that's
it's extra yellow.
We have 2 extra yellow Orions.
No, this is just Use again on it, right? No, you're right.
No, it was extra yellow. Yeah, it's just another extra yellow Orion.
It's just an extra yellow Orion.
Okay, I guess this is, I mean, really leaning into Orion's default color scheme, I guess. That's, all right, here we go. Power Ranger's like, oh, well, when I...
Yes, that's me. I'm testing high.
That's due. Power Ranger already prepared for this situation, right? After just coming out for the last match and being like, ah, yes, the extra yellow Orion counter pick. I've seen this before. So he's ready for whatever this has in store. I'm wondering what Use wants here that's different with the Lance. What we saw happen was pretty rough in the previous setup where he could not hit Power Ranger's aerial game with the Lance. I thought Use was doing a good job being able to punish that with the spear, but I will have to wait and see because Power Ranger so far, unfazed by it, gets that neutral sig and takes him off the top.
Yeah, he is looking so solid right now. And back on the Greatsword, but a nice recovery from Use keeps this one even.
Use is so good at that. He did that in the last game too, where it's kind of like, wow, this is a really great, okay. Recovery off the top, and now it's even. But last time when this happened, Power Ranger lost that stock, stabilized, and then never let Use get that comeback again. So let's see if that changes here in game 2.
It was an aerial spot dodge thrown out from Power Ranger, but Use not able to punish it.
Nice recovery off the neutral light. Catches Use going high. That nair from Use will come through, but he doesn't go for a recovery afterwards. Doesn't want to commit to it. And that weapon throw side air. Can he get another side here? Side signature. And he gets it right at the edge of the stage, so he doesn't have to worry about it potentially bouncing off the ground. Gets the full brunt of that knockback, and Use goes down to 1 stock pretty quickly.
Yeah, looking like a repeat of the last one where Power Ranger just stabilizes after losing that first stock. Getting a little close to the edge there for Power Ranger, but still maintaining that damage on Use.
Use jumping around, gets the recovery. Doesn't get the recovery, gets Sared instead. And that falling there from Power Ranger puts on even more damage. Use with the side light, goes to the D-light. He gravity canceled that one, so Power Ranger could have gone out for more, but instead waits to get that punish on the ground. And look at that. Recovery, nair, neutral light. Power Ranger so good at these just guarding the edge.
No.
I can't believe he didn't punish that. That's as much time as you're ever going to get in Brawlhalla. The landing neutral sig. Okay, there. The user's like, hey, punish this.
Get some practice in on these whiffed
Let me
M6s.
show you what the neutral sig looks like when it lands grounded. Spoiler, it's very punishable. It's one of the few things that keeps me from actually molding when I get hit by it. Because it's kind of like, well, if you don't hit it, you're kind of doomed. And we saw at that time, Power Ranger with no hesitation gets the D-light recovery off the top. And he's just running away with this set. I mean, what is more terrifying of a counter pick than the extra yellow Orion?
It's back to the Bryn.
Back to the Bryn.
He needs the palate cleanser of the extra yellow Orion, but it's back to the Bryn for game number 3, hoping that this is going to be the thing to triage to finally set things right and win. But he has to win the next 3 in a row over Power Ranger.
That he does. And in the game where he just got doubled in damage, that's going to be a tall order, but let's see what he can do here. He's back over to the Bryn for it. The Orion wasn't feeling good, and I like the spear from Use on the Bryn. The Axe has been having some trouble with, but let's just see. Power Ranger is looking tough to beat.
Ultralight thrown out from Use. Power Ranger getting a couple hits. Okay, nice.
Several Sares. Oh, but he sidelights off the stage, and he gets punished for it. I love that idea with the ground pound. And even have enough delay where it almost works.
He didn't touch!
That was a nice idea there with the neutral signature. If it was sword, maybe he had a chance. But
maybe he could have floated a little higher.
But no, he was not on the regular sword. He was on the great sword. And now, Power
not
Ranger.
Feeling so great now.
Ooh, well.
Ooh, down like gravity cancel side sig,
he
though.
might after that one. What? Back swing of the recovery. Ground pound hits anyways. Power Ranger took, what was that, 18 damage? Back to even.
They're so good at, like, the last 2 games, it was Power Ranger getting the first stock, and then Use just comes in, gets a quick KO, keeps it even. This time it's Power Ranger who's evening it up, and Use is keeping that pressure going.
Oh, he hits the turnaround stare. Down air dodge out of the way. Power Ranger doesn't get any more damage for it, and he's starting to get exclamation points. Manages to make it back. 1 sidelight opener, 2 sidelight openers, but he doesn't get the neutral light bridge. And instead throws the sword off the stage, goes back to the sword. I see why you're saying regular sword.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you do just say sword instead of great sword. Wow. Lesson learned, chat. Okay.
Language, it's confusing.
2-2 on the stock count right now. And Use gets hit by that neutral light and that down sig. Interesting choice from Power Ranger. Doesn't catch Use off guard. Sares him on the way back to the stage anyways. And Use gets the side light, gets him out of his recovery as well. So he gets 3 hits on the Axe.
That Sarah launches Power Ranger, not quite enough to KO, despite this being Small Brawlhaven. This time, it's the farthest launch possible, but a GC downlight, and Use takes the stock. Potential for Use to get on the board here.
A Use specialty there. That's 2 knockouts from the gravity cancel downlight on Axe, and he got him really far off the left side of stage, where I'm used to that move if it knocks out, knocking out at super deep red from center.
Yeah, and like it's usually a vertical knockout,
Not
too.
so much for it knocking off the side, and that's what happened there, and Use being really clever for it. But Power Ranger, just like that, equalizes with even less damage this time.
Yeah, pretty much untouched, and he wants the regular sword for the final stocks here. This is Use's tournament stock. If he doesn't get this, he's going home with 3rd place.
Oh, recovery comes through. Nice job from Use, snatching the weapon away from Power Ranger. Another weapon spawn coming through, and that's the great sword. Let's see what he can do with it. He's been doing a lot of sidelight openers here, but he goes for that dash jump fast fall recovery. So the recovery starts, but you get the move to happen on the ground. Use fights back, however, with a recovery of his own, and that downer back to the stage brings Power Ranger in the orange.
Use spaces it out, but he doesn't go in for the punish. Waiting for the opportunity. Power Ranger with a weapon toss opens up Use, but doesn't get much after it.
Yeah,
Whiffed and light.
Usually he goes for the neutralites after those weapon throws, but he wasn't feeling confident in it connecting in the first place. And that sidelight in the air. Sair, second time he's hit that 3-piece, and last time he got a down light, but Power Ranger turns it around. Side-air, D-light, side-air, the first time he goes off stage for something like that. And the Nair from Use stops Power Ranger from getting the finisher. Weapon throw forward, Use primes an axe, has the damaged axe in hand, but he
running out of jumps.
Oh, he dodges the down light from Use. Oh, that's so...
Okay.
Yeah, I totally like, Power Ranger was at such a deficit there. That side stick hitting would have won him the game. So
yeah.
The fact that Use was able to dodge that was huge. We're going to see that early knockout from Use there, right? All those pogos into the downer anyways after the sweat beads came out. Oh, look at this downlight. Yeah, that's left side. The KO proves it,
yeah,
right?
You can see just from the way that it's turned.
Because it didn't say okay. Like, that's how we know. Miami Dome coming in here as the counter pick after Use finally takes a game off of Power Ranger and is on his way to bring it to a game 5.
See if this counter pick works out for Power Ranger. Sticking with the same picks, and Use, of course, liking the Bryn right now.
I can tell you right now, kind of likely rooting for Use going into this matchup here, because I don't think kind of and Power Ranger have met in this bracket so far. And who's to say how that matchup could turn out if Power Ranger's able to get through Use, and Use is fighting back real hard and really well after taking that game from Power Ranger in Game 3. Nice job dodging all those side sticks so well.
Okay, gets in with the Nair, still damage advantage to Power Ranger. No Nair this time. Usually, like, when uses that high and that damage, he's going for Nairs and recoveries.
Yeah, well, it's unusual now because we have platforms, and we haven't had these for a while. So I feel like that changes the name of the game a little bit, but never mind. Nairs and recoveries are coming out anyways, and he catches them. Use tried to recover up to the top of the ceiling, and he just couldn't make it far enough. That recovery, I feel like that would have knocked out in yellow. But, hey, the extra oomph is nothing to scoff at, as Use gets the spear and continues to take damage from Power Ranger's sword.
Use was trying to get far high enough away from that one, and Power Ranger had just enough distance on it to catch with that recovery. Full stock advantage to Power Ranger, and he's starting to add up this damage onto Use. The recovery drops, but he's okay with it because he wants a different sword. It's just a different regular sword.
Oh. And don't look at me like that. Okay, sword thrown forward, picks it up again, and Use with the spear falls down that down air. But the neutral light from Power Rangers puts him off the stage, and the neutral sig getting so much distance there.
There's so much height on that.
Yeah, not many signatures in the game can comfortably reach Miami Dome platform heights, but that's one of them, and Power Ranger doing so well with it. Oh, and he waits it out. That's a Power Ranger sidelight opener special, right? He just gets that dash forward, waits, sees what he does, gets that recovery, and one more hit from Power Ranger could take a 3-stock-to-1 lead. That was honestly, that felt like that should have hit. Right? He was reading that dash off of the platform with that neutral signature, and Use just barely avoided it.
Yeah, he managed to jump over that NSIG and turned around side air, but still, look at the deficit. Uses a stock behind already, and now it's 2 stocks behind Power Ranger, who still could afford to take some damage.
Yeah, Power Ranger hasn't been showing too much offstage craziness, but he could go for it right now. He has the stocks to play with. Use ground pounds onto the stage, gives Power Ranger a perfect opportunity to hit a neutral light, and uses really racking his brain for how he's going to be able to take out these next 2 stocks, because that KO goes off the top. He's got to do that 2 more times with only 1 stock to spare.
Well, he's hoping the spear is going to be the thing to work out, but Power Ranger already getting hits, gets 3 on this second stock. Power Ranger, turn around side air.
Ooh, and let's see, goes in for that great sword down air. Side light, goes for the double side light. Use just runs right out of the way there, but that side light neutral light bridge doesn't hit, and the Nair comes through as Use is trying to get the recoveries, but Power Ranger weapon throw forward forces Use to the other side. The recovery is not going to be a Duke. It is. Power Ranger takes it over to Use 3-1.
3-1 Power Ranger dominating against Use, and he is now going into the grand finals to challenge Kaina.
You know, I was thinking about why you saying regular sword has been bothering me so much. All right? And it's because
I love how much it bothers you. It's
because
funny.
It implies that it's not as great as the great sword, but great sword just implies like the size of the sword, not the ability. So, do you get what I'm getting at?
It could be, but it could have been called Big Sword.
Yes, I know.
And then even if it was Big Sword, I would say like normal size sword or small sword.